morning. It's Saturday, 12th of December 2015. This is Sylvia Shivamurthy and you're listening to the newspaper reviews on www.athavaneng.com. Let's now look at the news highlights from today's newspapers. The top headline in Daily Mirror says, Constitutional Court can boost credibility of judicial system, says PM. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe said yesterday a separate constitutional court should be established to uphold the confidence of the people in the judicial system, as politicalization of the judiciary in the last decade had led to loss of public confidence in the judicial system. There's another highlight which says, another top US envoy to visit Sri Lanka next week. U.S. State Department Consular Ambassador Thomas Shannon is expected to visit Sri Lanka from December 14 to 16th, the U.S. Embassy in Colombo said, and added that he would also be visiting Bangladesh from December 13 to 14th. He is being accompanied by Assistant Secretary for South and Central Asian Affairs Nisal Desai Biswal in Bangladesh and Deputy Assistant Secretary for South Asia Manpreet Singh Anand in Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. The highlight at the middle says, increase on emission test fee for buses suspended. The government has agreed to suspend the increase on the emission test fee for buses proposed in the 2016 budget, Lanka Private Bus Owners Association President Gamunu Wijeyaratne said yesterday. He said the decision was taken at a meeting with Finance Minister Ravi Karnanayake and Development Strategies and International Trade Minister Malik Samar Wickrama. Another highlight says, local government elections before National Leave Year, says PM. Local government election will be held before the National Leave Year, Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe informed Parliament yesterday. He gave this assurance in response to a question asked by opposition MPs including Chief Opposition Whip Anurakumara Dissanayake and MP Dinesh Gunawardena. They stressed the need to hold the election as soon as possible. The highlight at the bottom says, Johnston and Cabral at FCID. The Police Financial Crimes Investigation Division yesterday grilled former Cooperatives and International Trade Minister Johnston Fernando and former Central Bank Governor Ajit Nivad Cabral over their alleged involvement in two major cases of malpractice. Police spokesman Ruwan Gunasekar said he arrived at the FCID office in Fort at 9:45 a.m. and was questioned till 12:30 p.m. Let's now look at the paper highlights in daily news. The main headline says, Pandemonium in House. Parliament sittings were suspended twice yesterday due to a tense situation which arose when UPFA opposition members attempted to assault UNP MP Mujibur Rahman physically while he was speaking about the murder of Ragride Wasim Tajuddin. The sitting suspended for the first time at 4 p.m. resumed at 4:20 p.m. while sitting suspended for the second time at 4:40 p.m. resumed at 6:10 p.m. The argument of the opposition members led by MP Dinesh Gunawardena was that Rahman was referring to a matter sub judice and the same should be withdrawn. The highlight at the middle says, PM says no to appointment with GMOA. Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe rejected a request by the Government Medical Officers Association which sought an appointment to meet him. The request came following the GMOA's meeting with President Maithripala Sirisena and Health Minister Rajitha Senaratne. The Prime Minister told Parliament yesterday that seeking an appointment with him after a meeting with the President and the Health Minister to sort out their grievances showed the GMOA's lack of trust in the President and the Minister in charge of the subject. He said that he would not give an appointment to them since he could not waste time to discuss matters which had already been discussed with the President and the Health Minister. He added he was a busy person. The Prime Minister made these observations in Parliament yesterday, making a special statement. And the highlight at the bottom says, Mobile phone details handed over to CID. A mobile phone network company has handed over the phone network details of the last 5 years requested by the Criminal Investigation Department for the investigations to be carried out into the disappearance of the journalist Pradneet Egnaligoda, a police headquarters source told the Daily News. According to him, the CID requested this mobile network company on several occasions to issue these details to the CID officers conducting investigations on Egnaligoda's disappearance. But the requests were fulfilled without any reason given. And now let's move to the paper highlights in Ceylon today. The main headline says, Hate speech banned soon. 2 bills to introduce anti-hate speech laws and criminalizing the instigation of communal violence and disharmony were presented in Parliament yesterday. Another highlight says, 2.5 million rupees bribe from doctor. Former Narayanpeta OIC out on bail. The former officer in charge of the Narayanpeta police station, who was arrested by the Bribery Commission and remanded in connection with an alleged bribery case, was released on bail yesterday. Colombo Chief Magistrate Gihan Pilapitiya issued an order for the release of the OIC on cash bail of Rs 15,000 and 2 personal bonds of 1 million rupees. And another highlight says, latest Kahavatta murder. Suspect arrested. The Crime Investigation Unit of the Kahavatta Police has arrested a suspect who was allegedly involved in the murder of a 48-year-old woman in Opatha, Kahavatta. And that's another highlight which says, Basil busted 1.5 billion rupees on international travel. Basil Rajapaksa, former presidential advisor and economic development minister in the Mahinda Rajapaksa administration, has allegedly spent a sum of over 1.5 billion rupees on international air travel, informed sources said. We brought you the paper highlights in today's newspapers and we'll be bringing back more tomorrow. Thank you.